It's time to uncover the most outrageous and idiotic content of the digital realm. We're about to embark on a journey of unintentional hilarity. Online handles have been changed to protect the stupid. It's X-Stupidity on Rock 107.
I Need Some Help says, if wings come from a bird, where do buffalo wings come from? Do buffaloes have wings that I'm unaware of? Someone please explain it to me. Costanza, marine biologist, asks, how can a shark give birth to an octopus if octopuses aren't real? Maybe onto something right. If lions and tigers are giant cats, are bears giant dogs?
It's X-Stupidity on Rock 107.
Some of its parts 78 writes, did you know there are more people in China than there are in the whole world? Should have studied more 01 asks, is the moon a planet or a star? WTF. Explain it to me 96 writes, Sunday comes after Saturday? Weird.
It's X-Stupidity on Rock 107.
These are the questions 95 says, when did the world switch from black and white to color? I see a lot of black and white pics in history. When did it change? What good is Science 570 asks, how are tornadoes not extinct? And maybe not quite 23 writes, do you ever ask yourself if chicken and eggs are the same thing? Why do they taste different?
It's X-Stupidity on Rock 107.
One of the best to do it just stopped doing it. Good morning, I'm Rock 107's Prospector. Philadelphia Eagles center Jason Kelce stepping aside after 13 seasons, all with the Philadelphia Eagles. Jason walks away with 7 Pro Bowl selections, 6 first all-team Pro Bowl selections, and 1 Super Bowl title. During his retirement announcement, he did get a little emotional.
And so this all brings us here to today, where I announce that I am retiring. Where I announce I'm retiring from the NFL after 13 seasons with the Philadelphia Eagles. And today, I must admit, I am officially overrated. Vastly overrated. It took a lot of hard work and determination getting here.
Now, of course, this story is getting more play right now than it may have in the past due to who his brother Travis is dating. So maybe I should have used the headline, Taylor Swift's boyfriend's brother announced his retirement from the NFL yesterday. Rihanna got paid $6 million to play at a guy's wedding. For that kind of money, I hope she played Bob Seger's Old Time Rock and Roll twice. A cat was reunited with its owner 5 years after it went missing in South Carolina. The owner is ecstatic. The cat could not possibly care less.
Making sure breaking news stays broken. Tune in tomorrow for Prospector's Briefs on Rock 107.
In the morning, but I ended up parking on the street. So around 8:30, I had to go down to feed my meter. When I get there, I notice a guy putting change in my meter, and I'm like, wow, nice. So I turn around to walk away, and I hear, excuse me. And I'm like, yeah. And he explains that he thought he was putting money in the meter for his car, and then asked me if I will put money in his meter since he put money in my meter inadvertently. And I said, you know what? No, sorry, that's the price of stupidity. And I turned and walked away. So I got to ask, am I a jerk?
Yo, dude, I ain't saying you're a jerk, but you're setting yourself up for a major car damage.
When I left work yesterday morning, it was fine, but you never know, right?
Well, he knows that car now, you know. I wouldn't do it, like at that moment either. I would wait until the next day or 2 days later. Makes sense to me. I mean, are you a jerk? Probably not, because he was an idiot. But, the kind-hearted thing to do would have been, all right, flip him a quarter and walk away.
All right. Kevin on Facebook.com/Angry Prospector says, you are a jerk. Joe, yep, big jerk. And Charles, it is the price of stupidity, but that's still a jerk move. You can check in via Open Mic on the Rock 107 app, a free download from the Android or iPhone stores. We have one just now, Rock 107.
No, Prospector, you're not a jerk.
Not a jerk on that, according to Open Mic. I feel a lot better about that. Andy says, funny, I just had a guy ask me if he's a jerk because he just put change in the wrong meter. The dude wouldn't give him change, so he keyed the car. Kathy, you're not a jerk. He made the mistake, but that's bad karma. And Jerry, you're a jerk. Go put some money in his meter. What do you think? Am I a jerk?
Hey, Prospector, this is Ed.
Ed, what's up?
On the meter thing, I got to say, although I agree with the logic behind it, your loss, my gain, you're still being a jerk on this one.
Still
guy.
being a jerk. All right. Lisa says, sorry, you could have done the right thing. I thought I did. Gina, well, this time, just this once, yes, you're a jerk. You were putting money in your car anyway. Why not just hook the guy up for crying out loud? All right. Am I a jerk?
I have to say you're definitely not a jerk.
Wow.
And I think you did the guy a favor by not putting money in the meter.
Okay.
Now maybe he'll learn from his mistake.
That's what I'm thinking. That's how you learn from your mistakes.
I guess we think the same.
Maybe we're both jerks and we don't know it.
Well, that's a good possibility, too.
Life's pretty tough right now. There's plenty of bad news, but it's not all bad. It's time for the brighter side of Prospector on Rock 107.
A woman in South Carolina just got her cat back 5 years after it went missing. The microchip still worked, but she didn't have the phone number that was associated with the microchip anymore. So shelter workers had to do a lot more legwork because of it. But yeah, they tracked her down.
Thanks. We needed that. The brighter side of Prospector on Rock 107.
What do you think? You're cool? Good morning. I'm Rock 107's Prospector. Someone asked 35,000 Americans that question, maybe not as sarcastically as I just did. And most of us do think we're pretty cool. 53% of us said yeah, 29% said no, and 17% said they're not sure. So yeah, most Americans think they're cool. Too bad you can't join them. If you can relate to anything on today's list of top 5 ways to know you're not cool. Here we go. Number 5, you have a favorite hobbit. Top 5 ways to know you're not cool. Number 4, you've used the phrase, who's up for a Renaissance fair? Number 3, you lost your virginity to the Dune popcorn bucket. Top 5 ways to know you're not cool. Number 2, you're a magician. And the number 1 way to know you're not cool, this closest you've come to boobies, is when you type it out on your calculator. There you have it.
Grab the kids, call your neighbors, and gather round the radio.
It's now time to announce the winner of Prospector's Jam Bag of the Day, as decided by you at rock107.com.
We uncover the most baffling, ridiculous, pathetic, cockeyed, laughable, preposterous blunders in the world of misdeeds. Nominee number 1.
A thief in North Texas stole a large sum of money from an armored truck at gunpoint last Friday morning and a nice pair of slacks. It happened outside an ATM in broad daylight. An unknown man jumped the driver of a Brinks security armored truck. He flashed a gun and the driver got down on the ground and gave up the money. To add insult to injury, the armed robber then stole the driver's pants. Reports say he did it to ensure the guard could not retaliate. To add even more insult to injury, a witness filmed the pants removal, which wasn't a smooth process. The thief started tugging the driver's pants off, then he had trouble getting them off and the driver had to help him. I'm assuming the witness didn't intervene due to the gun. Last I heard, police are still looking for the guy, but it was also caught on the ATM's surveillance cameras, so hopefully they have some leads.
Nominee number 2.
Everything is bigger in Texas, even the yam bags. A man is facing multiple charges after he allegedly assaulted a convenience store clerk, then drove his truck into the business. The incident was reported on Tuesday at around 1:40 a.m. last week in Laredo, Texas. Abigail Vasquez Dominguez, 33, became upset after noticing that the beer coolers inside the store were locked. Authorities say Vasquez Dominguez then allegedly punched the clerk's head, got into his Ford F-150, and drove into the store, resulting in thousands of dollars in damages. When police arrived, both Vasquez Dominguez and a passenger were stuck inside the truck. Police had to break the windows to get them out of the vehicle. Vasquez Dominguez was charged with assault and criminal mischief.
And the winner is
the guy who drove into a convenience store because the beer coolers were locked. You didn't end up getting any beer, and you're also in jail. Nicely done. You're the Yam Bag of the Day, and we'll move on to Friday's Yam Bag of the Week competition. Keep it here for all the nominees for Prospector's Yam Bag of the Day, weekday mornings on Rock 107.
Thanks for listening to Prospector's Prime Cuts podcast. Be sure to catch us live weekdays from 5:30 to 10 a.m. on Rock 107 or online at rock107.com or the Rock 107 app, a free download for your Android or iPhone. Subscribe to the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher Radio, or wherever you get your podcasts so you never miss Prospector's Prime Cuts.